How's it going, fam? Welcome back to Erica's EDC, and today we're going to do an EDC pocket dump, a little bit of an update on the new test knife, why I really like this already, and we're just going to kind of chat here. I know I'm in a different area, but Zaya got attacked by a raccoon. I will explain that if I remember at the end of the video in case nobody cares. But I have to watch her because she's out here alone, and I gotta watch her little leg. Where is she? Hey, leave it alone. I gotta watch her and her little leg. So I'm just kind of hanging out in the garden here so I can keep an eye on her. But yeah, I'll explain that at the end in case you guys just want to hear about the knife stuff and not my dog being mauled by an angry mother raccoon and her babies. Okay, guys, new month. We're in June. That means new test knife. Not really anything else changes with the everyday carry, because to me, everyday carry is like your everyday carry. So yes, I am boring, but I carry the same couple things every single day. Nothing's really changed. Still have the Super Tinker, been carrying this for years. It's, you know, disgusting. I use it every single day. Okay, so kind of boring. That's a chunk of meat. Didn't know that was there. Gross. So Super Tinker, we've got boring chapstick, nobody cares. We've got the same flashlight I've been running forever, waiting for the battery to die. When the battery dies in this, I'll just switch to a new flashlight to test and play around with, but I always have a flashlight, the Swiss Army knife, the chapstick, and the same wallet I've been rocking, which is one that I made. This is a minimalist wallet, very much inspired by Ryan at Failsafe Goods. Okay, opens up in the middle, and cash with band-aids. Doesn't really change. Like I said, everyday carry means different things to different people, but for me, it's like literally your ride or die, your everyday carry. I'm not gonna, like, you know, change everything every single day. It doesn't work for me. So let's talk about the everyday carry knife for this month. This is the Alex Stein Grabber Shark. I've wanted one of these since I saw the first generation of them. This is an EDC fixed blade, really thin slicey blade, nice handle, and I've wanted to test one of these forever. I never asked Alex. I don't really reach out to people and be like, hey, can you send me a knife to test? I've done that maybe a couple times and been like, hey, I love your work. If you ever want me to show it on the channel, but I've done that maybe like 3 times in my entire life. Alex reached out to me out of the blue and was like, hey, I'm sending you a Shark. If you hate it, let everyone know. If you love it, let everyone know. And I've known Alex for years. Great guy. He's a genius. So this is the Shark, okay? The Shark is an EDC fixed blade that is meant to combat a very interesting problem with most EDC knives. And it's actually one that I created myself in my own way. So if you notice, the blade on this knife is significantly shorter than the handle, okay? For a reason. So one of the biggest things that Alex has tried to battle is the handle ratio to the blade and price. We're gonna go over all of this more in depth, but let's talk about the handle right now. So one of the biggest problems with EDC pocket fixed blades is that they're too small. And it's not always actually the blade, it's the handle. And I am guilty of this because I created this. Not for the whole community, but like for myself. So right here, we have an EDC fixed blade that I've shown so many times on the channel. This is the BGM Knives Mini Spade. John sells these now as like a literal model. A lot of people have the Mini Spade. I'm actually the one that came up with the dimensions for it. Years ago, I reached out to John and I said, hey, I think we should do like a little 6.5-inch knife, little handle, little blade, mini version of the spade, and I gave him the specs for it. A lot of people have them now. It's a fantastic little EDC fixed blade. But if you notice, the handle is very short, okay? It's nearly about the same length as the blade itself. It's tiny. I have small hands. You can't even see the handle, okay? Now, this works for a lot of people, right? Because a lot of people are not doing a ton in their everyday lives, right? And handles really don't affect a lot of people because they're opening Amazon packages, okay? So for 99% of people, this is going to work. It is totally fine. And for me, it worked forever, okay? Like I said, I'm the one that came up with these dimensions for the mini spade years ago. And it's a great little knife. However, as time goes on, I learn more. I very much realize I am wrong most of the time. And one of my first experiences where I decided, you know, I think the handle length is just too short on a lot of these, was actually with this Essie CR 2.5. This is supposed to be a bird and trout knife, apparently. I think it's way too thick, but it's a cool little blade, okay? It's like a nice little pocket scalpel. This is the first time where I used a knife and realized that I actually very much preferred the handle to be longer with these little EDC blades. The blade on this is 2.5 inches. That's where the name comes from. But as you can see, the handle is much longer and you can get a really nice grip on it. And this was the first time that I realized, you know what? I think I messed up with this. I think we need more handle on our EDC blades, if we actually use them, guys, okay? I'm talking about people that actually use their knives for things other than cutting tape on a box, okay? So this really made me realize I like a little more handle. I also was using another knife, won't say the name because it doesn't matter, but I had like a couple videos of another little EDC blade, tiny, this big, like literally this big. Little tiny blade, little tiny handle. And I think a lot of them they have handles that are too short and too thin. And when you're using it for extended use, it's not super comfortable and you actually lose a lot of control that you have because the handle is too small, okay? So Alex came up with the Shark. And as you can see, the handle is much longer than the blade. You get a really nice purchase on this if you want to actually use it. Super comfortable, okay? So, you know, again, nothing wrong with these, where it's like a 50-50 blade to handle ratio. Nothing wrong with them. I just think that if you're using your knives, this is way more comfortable, okay? So, that's the first thing that Alex did to combat a lot of the issues with EDC pocket fixed blades. The second one is the price. Now this is gonna really blow your mind, okay? Again, I had, for a short period of time, a very small knife, this big, okay? It was in Nitro V at like 60 HRC, little tiny thing, like literally I could hold it like this. It was $285 total shipped to my door with a little sheath, okay? $285 for a microscopic knife that I ended up not really liking anyway because it just, in my opinion, it was that for Nitro V, the 60 HRC, 60 to 61 was like a little soft for me. Ended up selling that. But this is fully CNC machined, okay? Fully machined. So it's like dang near perfect because a robot's doing it. ELMAX steel at 61 to 62 HRC, which is the sweet spot for ELMAX. Not every steel can go up to 63 plus. A lot of them can feasibly. There are a few like LC200N, Vanex, ELMAX. Their highest for peak performance is actually 61 to 62 due to the composition. So this is the highest feasible hardness that you can bring this up to. Super steel, fully machined, perfection, because a machine is doing all of it. Extremely, extremely thin. I wish I remembered the BTE. I think it's literally like 8, something like that, like 5 or 8. It's so slicey. Beautiful sharpening choil, beautiful radius here, full flat grind, tumbled finish. It's so sparkly in the sunlight. Okay, very thin stock. Razor sharp, hidden lanyard hole, natural micarta scales, hardware, you can swap things out. Do you want to take a guess on the price on this? It is not $200. It's not even $185. It's not $160. It's not $140. It's $130 for this thing. That's it. 130 bucks. $140 if you want a sheath with it, but 130 bucks if you want to whip up a sheath yourself or have someone make you one. I made this myself for it. This is a pocket sheath. $130 for this, for thin, hard, super steel, perfection because a machine did it, incredible geometry, incredible handle, 130 bucks. Fully made in the USA. That is why I very much appreciate people like Alex, because he sees issues in the community and he actually does something about it, right? The fact that people are machining little tiny fixed blades half the size of this in softer steel and selling them for nearly $300 blows my mind. Now, nothing against the people doing that. Is that for me? No. Other people buy them, cool, love it. I just think if you can get something like this for 130 bucks that offers everything those other ones do that are $300, and you get more with this, more handle length, more comfortable handle, way better steel, way better hardness, all of the things. To me, I would pick this one. You know, you can do whatever you want, but this is incredible for $130. It's mind-blowing, okay? And it kind of shatters that ideology that we have to charge $300 for these things. You don't. If Alex is doing 130, well, there you go. So this is incredible. I'll be testing this the whole month of June. This will be my in-pocket everyday carry for the next 30 days. I obviously test other knives that I'm doing other things with, but this is like the main carry. This is incredible, and I will also try to remember to turn the camera around at the end and show you guys the fit and finish of this whole thing and how everything lines up. The programming that he did for this knife is mind-blowing. The way the machine grinds this blade, everything is perfect. The way that these scales are chamfered and angled and shaped. I mean, it's the amount of time that Alex put into perfecting this design so that the machine executes it perfectly. It's shocking. And the price is insane. Love that the micarta is this rough finish. So it's a rough finish, but it also has texturing to it, which again, I'm not sure if you'll be able to see until I turn the camera around. Insanely grippy. So I'm very, very excited about this. I'm very excited and honored to showcase this because it's not a novelty piece. It's a real tool. There was thought put into making that handle nice and long so that you actually can use it and grab it. Even the pinch grip on it. You've got a really nice pinch grip area on this knife. It's just so slicey. Everything about it is really, really impressive. It's exactly what I want to show you guys on the channel because it makes sense. If you want to go find trendy little $300 box cutters, go to a different channel. I totally support that, but this is pretty impressive. It really is. So we're gonna test it, sharpen it, use it. Really, really excited. Just super cool. Super, super cool. So Alex, thanks for sending this along. Absolutely love it already. I think that's all for like the EDC stuff. if anyone was wanting to hear more about the psychotic raccoon story, I will tell you that now, and then like I said, I'll try to remember to show this to you guys up close before I leave. So, oh my gosh, what a nightmare this weekend was. Basically, Nikki and I were getting ready to go out to have like dinner. We were all dressed up, ready to go. I was doing the final let-outs for the dogs. I had, hey, leave it alone. Sorry, a fly just landed on her boo-boo, I think. Hey, Zai, leave it alone. I had Zaya out in the yard, Zadie and Kovu. Let them out, they all go potty. It's like 7 o'clock at night. I'm about to leave the yard and have the dogs follow me out, and I hear like this screeching and commotion next door. I thought it was the cats over there getting into it. There are cats that just like roam the neighborhood. They get into scraps. We're downtown essentially, so there's just cats roaming everywhere. Thought it was cats fighting over there. And then as I'm walking out, I hear the commotion in my yard. And here, I'll actually like bring you guys over and show you. I hear it in my yard. Turn around and see that hole? Frickin' 3 raccoons crawled under that hole to our yard to escape whatever was happening over in the other yard. I think they were being attacked over there. They tried to escape into our yard to safety, and I had the 3 dogs in my yard. So they crawl under. 2 of them are babies. 1 is the mom. My dogs are hunting dogs. So go figure. The raccoon family crawls under the fence. Each dog takes a raccoon. Zadie and Kovu went after the babies. Zaya went after the mom. The mom was extremely aggressive because her babies are being, killed. And unfortunately, Zai, come here for a second. The mom was big. Come here. And she attacked Zaya. So she ended up latching onto her back leg and just tearing into my dog, which I'll see if I can show you guys real quick. Can you show everyone your big boo-boo? Yeah. So she got torn open right there. That's the really bad one though. So the raccoon latched onto her leg, made like a donut around her leg, and just tore into her right here. So this is all stitched up. It's under the skin, dissolvable sutures. And she also has, it's all on the back of her leg. So leave it alone, baby. It was really bad. Obviously, I didn't care as much about the babies being killed because they weren't attacking my dogs. It was the mom that was like ripping her apart. So this is awful and it broke my freaking heart. I let my other 2 dogs just go after the babies, unfortunately. And I was mostly worried about the mom, number 1, possibly having whatever. Number 2, she was tearing my dog's leg open. So I was screaming for Nikki. I grabbed the mom raccoon off of Zaya's leg and grabbed her by the scruff and like pried her off of my dog. Zaya's screaming, of course, because she's ripping a hole in her leg. Ripped the mom off. Then the mom instantly is going after me once I got her off of my dog. She instantly tries to go after me. No idea how I did this, but I'm not kidding. I took the mom who was trying to actively attack my arm and launched her over that 8-foot fence. Mind you, the mom was the same size as Zaya, same exact size. Like, Zaya's 40 pounds. She probably weighed a little less, the mom raccoon, but she was about as big. So I launched the mom over the fence. My other 2 dogs are going after the babies. Zadie is older and she doesn't actually have too much of a prey drive, so I think she initially went after one of the babies and then realized, like, what the heck am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. She kind of stopped. Kovu, like, annihilated the other one. Kovu annihilated the one that he had. I I launched both the babies over the fence too, thinking they were both dead. The one that Zadie had is not dead, and it's up in the tree right here waiting for the mom to come back. The mom lived. The mom ran off. The neighbors saw. The mom just ran off into the woods. I launched her and she just ran. The other baby that made it is up. The camera's not going to show it, I don't think, is up in that tree. And that baby's been there for like 2 days now. Just waiting for the mom. I'd be appalled if the baby lived. It's gotta I need it to come down off the tree and just go into the wild. It's big enough to. It's just, I think it's so traumatized and scared. It just won't. It keeps coming down and finding its dead sibling on the other side of the fence and like cuddling with it, waiting for mom, and then going back up to safety. The whole thing is heartbreaking. So obviously, Zaya gets attacked. I rush her inside, drench her in antiseptic. It was for dogs. Drenched her in it, like just flushed her wounds out with it. That wound where she has stitches, it went like right through her leg to the muscle, just tore her open. Rinsed her out, rushed her to the emergency vet. Obviously they revaccinated her for rabies. They stitched her up. She has under the skin sutures that will dissolve. Like I said, she's got her whole belly is completely bruised because, like I said, the mom wrapped around her leg and just like shredded into her. So she's all bruised up. She's got tons of scratches, tons of little gashes and everything, but that big one they ended up stitching up. So what a nightmare. Raccoons are brutal. They have like really long canines. They're vicious. If you have chickens, they will eat all your chickens. They'll just kill. They'll go on a killing spree. They look cute. They are savage. So we've just had a really busy couple of days. She can't run. She can't even go on a walk yet. I have her just out here with me sunbathing. And then I'll have to put her inside and walk the rest of the dogs, obviously, but she's kind of like, she's toasted for a hot second. So yeah, just a really wild weekend. Yes, we called the cops to do the whole fish and game thing. Yes, we took care of the rabies thing. The mom didn't have rabies, but yes, for everyone that's going to be like, oh my God, yeah, we did all the things, trust me. So just a really busy weekend, and she's totally out of commission for now and on antibiotics and all the things, but I just hope that the baby comes down from this tree soon and just takes off. But it's so sad. It keeps going and cuddling with its dead sibling that's on the other side of the fence. The neighbors are going to pick it up with a shovel and move it, but they haven't yet, so it just keeps coming down and waiting for mom by the sibling and then going back up the tree to safety. It's horrible. So yeah, it's just been a wild weekend. But yeah, if you have raccoons in your yard and you have dogs, be careful, because if the mom has babies, she will try to kill your dogs. PSA. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off and show you guys an up close of the shark because I did remember, but I hope that you guys enjoyed that. I hope that you check out Alex's work. Like I said, $130 for a full-size EDC fixed blade in super steel, high hardness, thin geometry. You can't beat it. Fully machined, no human errors or anything, because it is a robot. So if you are a perfectionist and you have to have your knives perfect, here you go, $130. Best $130 you'll ever spend, other than a mom, one night stand deal with some beer and some hot moms. I'll turn this around. Thank you guys for listening. I hope that you're all having an awesome day. Go use your shit. Learn how to sharpen your knives. I'll see you guys in the next video. Love you so much, fam. Take care. All right, so I just want to show you guys up close how perfect this knife is. There's that beautiful tumble finish. Very sparkly. We have a razor sharp edge. Beautiful little sharpening choil there that just lines up perfectly with that ricasso area. Perfect plunge grind. Not that that matters at all, but if you're a perfectionist, there you go, a machine did it. Not that that affects performance at all. Beautiful pinch grip here. Of course, it all lines up and is flawless. Hidden lanyard hole. This came with a long green piece of paracord. Hardware. The scales taper near the end, and we have a nice little like kind of teardrop shape back here, which is classic. If you use your knives, that's one of the most common classic types of tapers on the back. Corners are all chamfered. Nice and thin, slim profile overall, but filling enough in the hand that you can actually use this thing. Nice sharp spine, which I love. You can use it outside if you want. Strike a ferro rod, scrape. Beautiful texturing on these scales, so it is rough finish and then textured with like some waves almost. Perfect fit and finish, of course. Again, a machine did it. $130. Fully manufactured in the USA with USA sourced materials. This is a whole debacle right now about USA sourced materials that could have ingredients or composition parts from overseas. But this is made and manufactured in New York at Alex's shop in the USA with USA sourced everything. Okay? Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Check out Stein Grabber Knives, guys.